Time management is in itself probably the most important thing that you're ever going to put into your business, truly. If you guys do not develop the habits to hit your goals, you're never going to hit your goals. But habits without time management are useless. And time management without you developing habits are useless. If you don't control your time, is going to control you. Breaking bad habits is the most difficult thing you do. I'd much rather train somebody that's selling speakers out of the back of a van or selling vacuum cleaners door to door than a real estate agent that's been selling real estate for 10 years and sucks. That guy, that's a recipe for disaster for me. For 10 years, you haven't done the activities. Me changing you, that's hard. But this guy that's been going around selling vacuum cleaners door to door, he puts his foot in the door and throws a dirt clod in, right? That guy's gonna make the calls. All right, let's get into time management and habits, you guys. Time management is in itself probably the most important thing that you're ever going to put into your business, truly. If I were to read it to you, and we'll do it really quick because I think it's important that you guys understand. I don't expect you guys to be what I'm gonna share with you today, but I want you to understand how it can help. Let's open up today. Let's open up my morning routine. Today was supposed to start at 4:30, wake up, hydration, drink a full glass of water, lemon, Himalayan salt, coffee, meditation, affirmations, combined session, conducted a brief meditation session focusing on my breath work, followed by affirmations, more breathing exercises, light exercise, cold shower, prep for today's calls, prep for today's training, begin today's training. So I boil my day down every single day like that, and it changes daily depending on whether I'm coaching or what I'm doing. And then it'll be tonight. I'll give it to you. Tonight will be calendar review, look over the calendar for tomorrow. I know what we have to do, but I'll be looking over the calendar tomorrow, determine exactly what time I need to wake up. I will write my affirmations and gratitude for tomorrow, tonight. So what do you guys think? Why will my affirmations change for tomorrow? Right? So you guys, I write my affirmations based on what I'm gonna do in the day. So tomorrow we're doing an AI training at the Board of Realtors, so my affirmations will be different than they are when I'm coaching. Right? My gratitude will even be a little bit different. Transition from work today, take a moment to mentally transition for my day. Personal time, mindfulness exercise with some deep breathing. Go to dinner with the boys, right? Enjoy, and then post-dinner activities, go for a walk, wind down, go into the gym, review my deck for tomorrow, reading, learning, dedicate 30 minutes towards reading tonight. I begin sleep routine. I do something like this every single day. If you guys saw my daily activities, it will start like that, depending on what time it is, and then it'll be coaching, 30 minutes coaching. Guess what's on my calendar on Fridays? Nothing. Why do you guys think there's nothing on my calendar on Fridays normally? It's her day on Fridays. So on Fridays, it's her day. If she wants me to make her breakfast in bed and pancakes, that's what we're doing. If she wants to go for a hike with the dogs, that's what we're doing. So I'll have clients like, can we do a call on Friday? Yes, we can absolutely do a call on Friday. What time? You have to text me on Friday and ask me. And they're like, why? Can we just schedule? No, on Friday, it's her day. I got good news. She's not a morning girl. I get up before every morning. Like, you text me early in the morning, we're gonna do a nice long call. But if you don't text me in the morning and she wakes up, we may not be doing a call. You guys learn to time manage and your life will get better. It sounds crazy to most of you guys probably, but it's not. I do more in a day than any of the 200 coaches in the Tom Ferry ecosystem. You guys, when I talk to Tom, I coach Patrick Ferry, Tom's brother. I coach 5 mastery coaches, the very top of our coaches. Every single one of them says the same thing to me. Your schedule gives me nightmares. And I'm like, your schedule gives me nightmares. What do you do for 30 minutes in between each call? Just sit there and twiddle your thumbs? Like, shit, really? I do more in a day than you do in a week. As you get better at your business, everything will get easier. When you become a master of conversations, your closings go up, your mindset goes up, everything goes up. When you become really good at time management. Does anybody here have any idea how many decisions your brain has to make every day? This is gonna blow your minds. 35,000 decisions your brain makes, okay? So your brain actually stores glucose. Everybody here know what glucose is? So every time your brain makes a decision, guess what your brain's doing? It's consuming some of that glucose. So what do you think happens at 3 or 4 o'clock, if you haven't been super deliberate in your time management and your decision-making process, you crash. You crash. So here's the most beautiful part about this. Brian Tracy, I talked about him earlier, wrote a great book called Eat the Frog. So what he's saying is you have to eat the frog every day. You do the hardest thing first every single day and you get it out of the way. Usually it's prospecting, you guys, right? You do the hardest thing first, but here's the science behind it. When you're in the morning, when you sit down in your office to do your prospecting, you've made 1,000 decisions instead of 35,000. Your brain has all this glucose in it. The reality is this, your willpower is 10 times stronger. So what happens is by 2, 3, and 4 o'clock, your willpower crashes, right? So now what you were really committed to doing, you're no longer committed to doing. I would have told you over the last 10 years, for sure, I would say there's no possible way that I can work out on days that I coach. I start coaching at 5 a.m., I coach till 5 p.m. By the end of my day, I'm already so mentally drained that I have to close my eyes for 30 minutes and reset my brain because I'm done. And if I got up an hour earlier and I worked out, there's no way I can make it through the day. For the last 12 weeks, I've been working out every single morning at 3:30 in the morning before I start my work. All of a sudden I realized that my workouts are actually giving me more energy. I was wrong. I was an idiot. For years, I could have done this. Now, do you guys think I want to get up at 3:30 and work out? No, I'm not an idiot, right? But I want to get up and work out, and I want to get my coaching done in 3 days so I can spend 4 days a week with my family. And for that, it's worth it. You guys need to understand that time management is going to be the key to the bank account. Okay, listen, habits are going to be the next key. If you guys do not develop the habits to hit your goals, you're never going to hit your goals. But habits without time management are useless. And time management without you developing habits are useless. So with what we've just discussed and Eat the Frog, it should be teaching you, I have to block a certain amount of time every day and I have to do the hardest thing I possibly can first thing in the morning. Here's what's happening. Here's the science. There's a famous scientist at MIT that's done this. It's actually 66 days. But here's what happens, you guys, in your brain and in your body and everything that happens. When you've done something steadily for 66 days, it has become a habit. But here's the beautiful part about that habit. Now you do it automatically instead of needing to force yourself to do it. And the amount of time, energy, and effort that's going through your brain to do it is cut in half. So now, instead of you spending 15 minutes procrastinating, it's become part of a habit and you're doing it immediately. So if you're doing 4 habits a day and you gained 15 minutes on each of them because you didn't procrastinate for 15 minutes, you just gained an hour every single day just by blocking 4 things that you got done every day for 66 days, okay? If you gained an hour every day and you work, let's say we work 240 days this year, that's 240 hours this year. So that means you got 6 weeks, 6 full weeks that nobody else got. If we go 1 hour times 240 hours divided by 40, 6 weeks. So what would you do knowing that you got 6 weeks, you're bending time and space and you're getting 6 weeks that nobody else in the world's getting? How much better are you gonna be? How much easier is it going to be? Are you gonna be able to spend more quality time, more work-life balance if you want? All of these things happen when you guys decide to control your time. If you don't control your time, it's gonna control you. It is going to be impossible or improbable for you to achieve your business goals and your business plan that you create today if you do not block the time and create the habits to do it. You're going to end up just like you ended up last year. So let's visualize this really quick. It's December 31st, 2026, and you're exactly where you are today. How does that make you feel? Everybody? Sucks, right? You didn't get better. How is that possible? How did you gain all this knowledge that you got this year and not use any of it to get better next year? How did you take, you guys do realize I'm not getting paid to be here today. How did you allow me to work harder for you than you? That's the crazy part, right? So for me, now imagine it's 2026, December 31st, and you've actually hit your goal on your business plan. Now, how does it feel? You haven't even done your business plan, but it already feels good, doesn't it? Because I know you're all gonna have good goals. That's the feeling we want. And this is what it takes to get you there, okay? You have to schedule your big rock task first. You have to treat your prospecting, your follow-up as an important appointment, and you have to protect personal time. You guys, look at this is our livelihoods. This is your livelihood. This is how you survive. This is how you thrive. This is how you put food on the plate. Treat it that way. Because if you don't, you will lose every time. This is the most important thing. Guard your schedule. Don't allow time wasters. I'll give you guys another great story. We bought this massive copier, bigger than the couch you guys are sleeping on, or you're sitting on. Sorry. But here's the beautiful part. The copier was like $40,000, and it was bigger than a Volkswagen Bug. It was this big, giant copier, and we called it the Beetle. It did, 500 copies a minute, second or so. It was crazy. It was a massive copier, and we were a big mortgage company. We were closing 1,000 loans a month, right? 2 or 3 months in, production decreased dramatically. And I'm like, what is going on? I got this big, beautiful $40,000 copier that's copying faster than anything, but production, and one of my team members, take a look over the copier, and there's like 30 people at the copier. The copier became the water cooler. Everybody's standing around the copier making copies and chatting, and it became like this little conversation area. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're just waiting to use the copier. I'm like, no, that's not the way this works. This copier is supposed to make us more efficient, not less efficient. What do you think happened in my office? I pushed that copier out the front door. I'm like, this thing's on. I put a little copier in every single cubicle. Guess what happened? Production went through the roof. Right? People were working again. Manage your time. Who here has heard of the Pomodoro technique? Okay. You want to share or you want me to share? Okay. So there's a famous scientist in Italy that's another mathematician like Carl Pearson, and he invented a time management technique called the Pomodoro technique. It works really well for people that maybe have a little bit of attention deficit disorder or ADHD. If you have trouble staying focused for a period of time, this is your key. This is the thing that's going to take you to the next level. In Italy, the nanas, the moms that do all the cooking, they have a kitchen timer. And the kitchen timer in Italy looks like a little tomato, and they twist it this way. And tomato in Italian is Pomodoro. So what they determined was that anybody, no matter how mind screwed they are, could stay busy for 25 minutes and stay focused for 25 minutes. And there was a bunch of science that went into them figuring this out. So I figured out that if you take a kitchen timer and you set it for 25 minutes and you turn off all distractions, even somebody that's hugely attention deficit can stay focused. And then you allow any distraction after it goes off. And he said for 5 minutes, but you can allow any distraction for 35 minutes, right? And then you come back and set another Pomodoro, and you stay focused, you turn off your email, you turn off your text for 25 minutes, and you just focus on what you're working on. It's a beautiful technique. It'll probably dramatically increase whatever it is you're focusing on. I've had clients who've been in real estate for 20 or 30 years who started using the Pomodoro technique, and I can read the text to you now where he's like, Coach, I did 4 Pomodoros a day, every day this week. I got more done this week than I've gotten done in the last 10 years combined. I have at least a dozen clients that are using the Pomodoro technique to huge success every single day. There are a dozen other techniques like this. If you're struggling with time management, you have this amazing creature called ChatGPT that can teach you, that can share with you the different strategies that are available and can help you and hold you accountable. So whatever your challenge is, you can overcome it if you do a little bit of research and a little bit of work. I would challenge all of you guys to do the Pomodoro technique, right? I do it with a phone. I just set 25 minutes. As soon as it goes off, I turn it off and I get up and I go do whatever it is I'm gonna do.